Hey everyone, it's Evan, back again with another shoe review here at Fit First Footwear. Today we'll be reviewing the On CloudMonster 2. On's latest release is the CloudMonster 2. It is their maximum cushion shoe. It's coming in at $230, and I'm here to tell you why it might be worth it or it might not be worth it. And it's up to you to decide. There are a lot of changes in CloudMonster 2 versus CloudMonster 1 that I'll call out and make sure you're aware before you try that shoe on and think about buying it. 3 things that I'm going to touch on today: where you might apply this in your running world and how it works for you, whether you're training for a 5K, 10K, half or beyond. 2, I also want to talk about it as a shoe fitter. I spend a lot of my day tying up shoes, listening to customer feedback, helping runners find the correct shoe for their unique running needs. And then 3 is the sustainability that's coming from On, and particularly in this CloudMonster 2. So let's dive into it and break down the On CloudMonster 2. So let's start with where you might use this in your running routine. On's website, On's catalog promotes this shoe as great for 5K, track, tempo, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, the list goes on. And I can't blame them. They're a running shoe company that is here to sell running shoes. And so saying this is great for everything is cool, but I'm gonna have to disagree with them a little bit. It's a great overall running shoe, no doubt, but I think users are gonna benefit from this shoe or like this shoe most on slightly longer runs, and maybe depending on where you're at with your training, you're kind of slightly faster, longer runs. This is a high stack, high cushion shoe that is not like all of the other high stack, high cushion shoes on the wall from other brands because it's snappier. It has this fantastic nylon speedboard that really makes for this snappy energy return. It keeps the shoe fairly light and really offers this kind of propulsion. Makes it want to go fast and feels really nice in comparison to some of those straight foam-based high stack options that are on the market right now. That being said, you may not love this shoe for your longest, slowest run. So many of us are really trying to keep that long, slow run a long, slow run, and the CloudMonster 2 might want to go a little bit faster than that. So for me, I'm thinking about this shoe as a kind of fast 10K or my 7 to 12 kilometer tempo run. And yeah, if there is that run in my half marathon or full marathon training that I kind of want to lay out and see where I'm at for a longer run, this is going to be fantastic for that. If you're used to a lower stack or a lower drop shoe, this is going to feel high. This is going to feel cushion, and you will love it for that long, slow run. Long, slow, easy run, which is great for you. As we know, every shoe is going to work a little bit different for everybody. But one thing that I'll earmark this for as I think about where this shoe positions in a runner's lineup is that kind of faster but still cushioned and protected long run shoe. So we've touched on where this shoe might position in your run. Now, where I want to work from a different angle is where I'm finding this shoe in the shoe fitter's world. I spend 90% of my day tying up shoes and fitting guests with different goals, different foot shapes, different needs on the sales floor here at Fit First. And so let's dive into where this compares to version 1 and how it's fitting the human foot. So I've got a pair of V1s here, and this shoe, we've carried it throughout the life of it, and it is a great model. It worked really well. It was exciting to see On kind of come back with a high cushion shoe and kind of answer some of its competitors. But as you might notice on comment sections of different threads, this really was a love or hate shoe for a lot of people. Comparing it to high stack shoes in its sort of category, it felt firm and a little bit flat and a little bit dead. I really found on the sales floor and in shoe fitting it either fit or it didn't. It was a little bit too narrow through the base, and even guests who were coming in with zero pronation, they'd step down and right away we'd see that collapsing in, and it just didn't ever feel right for as many people as I would have liked to it. That being said, when it fit, it fit. It really worked really well, and that customer who it did fit well loved it and came back and bought a few more. So it was good, but, and there were some tweaks that were needed. So it's nice to see On reacted to that, listen to the runners, and put out a better shoe in the version 2. So with On CloudMonster 1 fading out, Little Birdie told me they're actually going to kind of continue to market this shoe, but move it into the lifestyle category. That's where On saw the most success with this shoe, was kind of lifestyle, active lifestyle, using it for streetwear. So that CloudMonster 1 is going to remain in their line, and CloudMonster 2 is going to come out and be more of a runner's running shoe. So with CloudMonster 2, we've gone to a slightly broader base. So it's a lot more stable. There's less of a deep channel to pick up rocks. So it's going to be a lot better for the urban runner who does a bit of road, hits on a urban trail, and doesn't pick up too many stones that way. So versatility is there. Now the biggest difference is the depth and the volume. Right away we're noticing, as we're fitting guests' feet, this shoe is more accommodative. There's a lot more volume and depth within the toe box, and again is a little bit deeper and narrower in the heel. One thing that, if you continue to follow this series, you know I love. As I put that shoe on different guests' feet, I've even had the feedback of, boy, this feels a little bit big. We checked the toes and the length is right. So it's getting used to a new fit from On that is a little more accommodative, a touch deeper, which I prefer. This is gonna fit way more people's feet, and this is gonna be way more accommodative for people who like a little more engagement and wiggle room within the toe box, so that they're not feeling crowded. And I often tell guests, it's not the worry about the first 15 minutes of the run, it's the worry about the last 15 minutes of the run. That foot is a little more swollen, you need a little more wiggle room in there, and the CloudMonster 2 should deliver that for you. If you're that person like me who's kind of borderline, I've got a medium shaped foot, but it's a little bit wide, you'll love this shoe as well, because finally it's something that fits almost as true as it needs to be. If I go to a wide, it's often too wide. Sometime in a slimmer fitting medium shoe, it's a little too narrow. Just like pants and shirts, they're all a little bit different. This is still a medium width, but it's just a little more accommodative. So as a shoe fitter, I'm really loving this update. It's, like I said, it's gonna fit way more feet, and I think it's gonna be way more accommodative to the everyday runner. All right, so the third and final point that I wanna touch on with the On CloudMonster 2 is On's dedication to sustainability and doing their best to lead the way in making cool, good fitting, performing shoes with a sustainability factor. I was really lucky in December, went down to Austin to the running event and got an invite to run with one of the 3 founders of On, Casper Capetti. We went for a run, we did a cold dip, and then we talked about shoes and the running shoe market. And it was very clear to me that Casper and On are putting that sustainability factor way up their list in importance. They are making shoes constantly considering what the impact is on our planet. The upper of this shoe is 100% recycled polyester, and the totality of the shoe comes in with about 20% of recycled materials. That's fantastic for running shoes. Let's be real, foam-based products are not great on the environment, but it's really nice to see On leading the way and making a concerted effort to deliver products that are going to be good for our planet and continue to push the boundary of what's going to work in that sort of category and how running can really give back to our planet. So really nice to see that, and I was really lucky to name drop, hang out with Casper for a run and go for a cold dip. So that's it for the On CloudMonster 2 review. It's now available in store and online at Fit First. And come on down to the store. We'd love to show you what this shoe is about, try it on, and make sure you get the proper fit for your unique feet and needs. If you have questions, comments, drop us a line. We'd love to hear what you think about the review, think about the shoes, and what you want to see next. So again, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.